Welcome to Insurance Talk Texas, brought to you by Schell Insurance Agency, North Texas's #1 business and personal lines insurance agency for the past 100 years. Call us today at 972-423-4546 for a quote, or visit us at schellinsurance.com. That's SCHELL insurance.com. Now, here's your hosts. Welcome back to Insurance Talk Texas. All right, March is literally days away, and that means one thing for North Texas.
Storm season, the season where roofs, cars, and wallets all take a serious hit.
And the team at Schell Insurance has been sounding the alarm because they see it every single year. Homeowners scrambling after a hailstorm, discovering coverage gaps when it's way too late. So today we're walking through the spring storm season insurance checklist every North Texas homeowner and driver needs to tackle right now.
And there's some good news in here too, right?
There is. The insurance market has shifted into what the industry calls a soft market. Rates are stabilizing for the first time in years. After that brutal 23% spike in 2022, statewide average rate changes flattened to under 1% in 2025. So this is actually a great window to shop your coverage before the storms roll in.
So let's start with the thing that catches people most off guard.
Wind and hail deductibles. This is the #1 surprise for North Texas homeowners after a hailstorm, and I need everyone to really hear this. Most carriers in this area have moved to a mandatory 2% wind and hail deductible. Some have gone to 3%. And that percentage is not based on the cost of your repair, it's based on the total insured value of your entire home.
Break that down for us.
So your home is insured for $400,000, which is common in Collin County and Denton County. At 2%, you're paying $8,000 out of pocket before insurance pays anything on a hail claim. At 3%, that's $12,000. Compare that to the old 1% standard, which was $4,000. Your exposure has doubled or tripled, and most people have no clue.
That's a huge difference, and this is something you find out after the storm.
Unless you check now. This is exactly what Schell Insurance helps homeowners understand before storm season. Call them at 972-423-4546 and ask what your wind and hail deductible actually means in dollars.
Now, there's another piece to the roof situation too.
Absolutely. Your policy might pay replacement cost for your roof, or it might pay actual cash value, which factors in depreciation. An older roof on an actual cash value policy could get you a check that barely covers half the replacement cost. Combine that with an $8,000 deductible, and you're in real trouble. The average roof age in North Texas is only 8 years because hail beats them up constantly. We average 9 to 12 hail days every single year up here.
So what should homeowners be doing right now?
Pull out your declarations page, find your wind and hail deductible, and do the math. Check if your dwelling coverage still reflects current rebuilding costs, because construction prices have surged. Increasing your coverage by $50,000 might only cost around $200 a year. And get your roof inspected now, before any storm. Document its condition with photos and an inspection report. That baseline documentation is critical if you need to file a claim later. The folks at schellinsurance.com, that's SCHELL insurance.com, can walk you through all of this.
What about vehicles? That's something people definitely overlook.
Huge gap for a lot of drivers. Standard liability coverage does not cover hail damage. You need comprehensive coverage, sometimes called other than collision. Without it, a hailstorm can total your car and you've got zero coverage. After last June's historic DFW hailstorm with 3-inch hailstones, repair shops were backed up 2 to 3 months. So also check if your policy includes rental car coverage. Schell Insurance can review your auto policy in minutes and make sure you're covered before hail season.
Let's talk about flooding, because spring storms bring more than just hail.
This stat blows my mind every time. Only 14% of Texas homeowners carry flood insurance, but 40% of flood claims nationally come from outside designated high-risk zones. Standard homeowners policies do not cover flood damage at all. And here's the kicker. Flood insurance has a 30-day waiting period. You cannot buy it after the forecast looks bad and be covered. Buy it this week, you're covered by late March when storms really start.
30-day waiting period. That is a huge deal.
It really is. Schell Insurance can evaluate your flood risk and get a policy in place fast. Their number again is 972-423-4546.
Let's hit the quick checklist for people who want to take action today.
Home inventory. Walk through every room, take video, document everything. Store it in the cloud. Trim dead limbs and branches near your roof. Clean your gutters. Seal any outside openings where water could get in. Know your insurance company's claims number and have your policy number handy. And after any storm, document damage with photos before making repairs. Only do temporary fixes like tarping the roof until your adjuster inspects.
One more thing worth mentioning. Texas passed House Bill 2067, effective January 1st this year.
Great call out. If your insurance company declines, cancels, or doesn't renew your policy, they now have to give you a written explanation automatically. You don't have to ask anymore. And if they don't provide it, file a complaint with the Texas Department of Insurance.
That's real consumer protection right there. So what's the bottom line?
Storm season starts this week. The market is in your favor with rates stabilizing. Check your wind and hail deductible and understand the real dollar amount. Make sure your dwelling coverage matches current rebuilding costs. Verify comprehensive coverage on your vehicles. Buy flood insurance today. Document your property and work with an independent agent like Schell Insurance who can shop multiple carriers to find you the best coverage at the best price.
And where do people go?
Call Schell Insurance at 972-423-4546 or visit SchellInsurance.com. That's SCHELL Insurance.com. They'll do a pre-storm policy review so you're protected before the first hailstone falls.
Don't wait for the storm to find out you've got gaps.
Thanks for listening to Insurance Talk Texas. Preparation today prevents financial devastation tomorrow. Stay safe this storm season, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to visit our sponsor, Schell Insurance, for all of your business, homeowners, and auto insurance needs. Call them at 972-423-4546 for a quote, or visit their website at SchellInsurance.com. That's SCHELL Insurance.com. See you next time.